Hello, everyone. Good morning and happy Friday. My name is Elena Riley, and thank you very much for joining me this morning for your top headlines to get you started with your day. So let's head over to some breaking news that we brought you last night here on our newscast. Right, so one person died in a car crash in South Omaha yesterday afternoon, according to police. And officers were dispatched to 25th and F Streets at about 2:30 p.m. yesterday for a personal injury collision involving these two vehicles. And an initial investigation found a sedan traveling northbound on 25th Street had stopped at the stop sign before continuing. And the sedan was then T-boned by a pickup truck traveling eastbound on F Street. Well, the driver of the sedan was pronounced deceased at the scene. According to a release, an investigation by OPD is ongoing. Up next, the man accused of shooting and killing an Omaha man in 2023 will be sentenced in court today. All right, so Mark Kiesler is 33, pled no contest in June to a charge of manslaughter in the shooting death of 30-year-old Devin Willis Smith, and he is facing up to 20 years in prison there. Well, he also faced charges of terroristic threats, use of a firearm to commit a felony, and unlawful discharge of a firearm, but those charges were dismissed. The shooting happened in the area of 28th Avenue and Whitmore Street. You see that here with our video from way back when. It's happened at about 9 p.m. on July 20th, 2023. There was a reported injured party there, and Willis Smith was found with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital where he was declared dead. Well, happening today, a man will be sentenced in connection to the death of a 6-year-old boy in Nebraska City. They're in court. And Vernon Christensen, he's 59, of Purcellville, Iowa, pled no contest to charges of motor vehicle homicide, possessing an open alcohol container, bald or improper use of tires, and first offense obstructed view of the driver on July 22nd. And Christensen was released from jail after posting 10% of his $50,000 bond. Then on September 3rd, bond conditions were eased, and he was no longer required to wear an alcohol monitoring device. Well, as the charges include 1 misdemeanor and 3 infractions, Christensen faces up to 1 year in jail or a fine of up to $1,300. And these charges stem from a July 17th crash near 8th Street and 1st Corso there in Nebraska City. And police said Christensen's pickup struck a 6-year-old boy shortly after the weekly farmers market had opened, and the child was killed at the scene. Moving along, in a First Alert 6 investigation, experts say Nebraska is losing out on millions of dollars because overdose deaths go unreported. A reporter from Flatwater Free Press here in Nebraska, Destiny Herbers, has been digging deeper into why getting the real numbers affects us all. And she found that unless it's a suspicious death that could lead to charges, several county attorneys don't order an autopsy in these possible overdose cases. And underreporting overdoses cost the state of Nebraska in funding for these treatment programs. So Herbers said, which over time would amount to around $50 million in funding for substance abuse treatment, which could have changed things for my family and my story if there had been more resources available. Well, to learn more about how we got here and the personal story that Herbers was talking about there of one family who believes better data could have made a difference in their lives, you can visit the Flatwater Free Press's website.
John Ewing,
Next this
Jr.,
morning,
Mayor of Omaha,
yesterday,
and
Creighton
fellow
University here in
elected
Omaha
officials. We have the
revealed
Chair
it
of
has
the Board of
received a
Trustees
single
of Creighton
donation
University,
of about $100 million
and other
made by
trustees.
the Hyder Family Foundation. Wow, that is such good news for them. Well, the gift is a part of a $300 million investment into the university, and we are told it will go towards recreational sports facilities for students, a new residence hall, and a close to 7-acre quad. Well, Reverend Daniel Hendrickson, he's Creighton University's president. He says, we have national recognition through our academic programs. We don't have one medical school, we have 2. We have other programs in health sciences, and we have a business school that's doubled its enrollment. Well, Blue Jay officials believe that all of this will help continue to attract students to Creighton. And last month, the university welcomed the largest freshman class in school history with approximately 1,250 students. And officials also tell us they've raised close to $250 million for scholarships for those students. Last up this morning is that on Saturday afternoon, Nebraska football will have its first major test of the season in its Big Ten opener. Wow, I'm so excited. Well, the team will take on number 21 Michigan for its third home game this season. They're at Memorial Stadium at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. You can watch live on CBS, and the End Report pregame show will also be available at 1 p.m. on 1011's website from Lincoln. And the show will also stream on 1011 Now on your Roku. And the Huskers are coming off their third win. They were narrowly defeating Cincinnati at their season opener at Arrowhead Stadium there in Kansas City. And head coach Matt Rule says he's been very careful to make sure he treats every game the same way. He says Saturday's game will be a marker for how far his defense has come in his third year. Wow. Excited for another Saturday of football. Awesome. Head over to our website here, where I bring you these 6 top headlines that we just went over here in this web story at around the 6 a.m. hour, as well as this live stream where we talk them over at around 8 a.m. hour as well. All right, thank you very much for joining me this morning, and have a good start to your day. I'll be back at about 10:30 to give you more from me on events happening here in Omaha, some fun things that I have found to do. So please join me then as well. Thank you.